Hi, everybody. Can you hear me okay? Hey, James. You gotta wait. What do you have to wait 2 hours for, James? Hey, Watch Lounge, Dr. A and B, and hey, Bruce. Abdul, hey, guys, you're here. Caliber 3135, Decon, Tennessee Mike, Gridhead. Oh, good. Okay. Now, sound okay, and is the picture okay? Hey, Redskins. Good. Okay. All right. Um, NFL is back. Okay, I'm a big football fan too, and but I'm a very conflicted football fan. So let's uh, let's leave football for now, okay? All right. Um, what I wanted to talk about, something I realized, um, oh, all football Watch Lounge, conflicted about that too. Okay. Let's talk about watches. There's a football chat group 2 doors over. You can go talk to them. Here's what I wanted to kick around, and two things to start off with. I realized that I came up with this thing called the Luxury Trident, and I thought, that's a little cheeky perhaps to come up with my own category like that. But then I thought about it. I said, um, we collectively, we don't come up with the categories. They're invented. Hey, Randy, they're invented by the manufacturers. I thought, well, heck, we can come up with our own. We don't need them. And so anyway, so if you got a better idea for one, let me know. All right. So that was one of the things I wanted to mention is that I have to think it's a little too cheeky. You can let me know about that too. Does Luxury Trident keep your breath luxuriously fresh? No, it does wonders for your wrist, though. Hey, by the way, too, most of you guys know that there's a number of us who are passing around this Rolf Lang Dresden watch. This really cool one. I think I've had it here before. It's it's out in California now. But I heard from Rolf today, and he said suddenly everyone is starting to ask about his watches. So I think that's sort of cool. Hey, True Fears Guilt, how you doing, man? Um, let's see who else is doing stuff. Abdul. All right. Hey, now let's Orban Colossus. How you doing, man? Let's talk about these three companies we talked about. Most people are fine with Zaza Lakutra, pretty much so with Gotuda Original. And now, Grand Seiko and Seiko as a whole, some people have, they're not too sure about that. So let me get your opinion on it. I'm going to tell you mine. Grand Seiko makes very, very good watches as timekeeping pieces. Okay, no two ways about that. I guess the major thing I was wondering about is, and I'll put this out to you guys now. Where does the spring drive belong? Because essentially, what a spring drive does is you wind it up, and the main spring supplies electricity, a charge to the quartz, and there's another gizmo, I forgot the name of it, that but it also works with the other ones for extremely accurate time. Now that's fine as a timekeeping device, but I get great time for my iPhone. I got to look at these my watch and see if it ran out of gas yet or not. Especially since I don't particularly favor automatic. Okay, looking for the big stream. Okay, Hi, Hans. How you doing, man? Um, okay, so let's. What? Hey, all right. So I got to get your opinion about this. Okay, just got a Glasuda original. Al, how do you like that? Green dial, yes, those are gorgeous. Watch it. What is that? There's a special thing that they do to the green dials or the different color dials on the 60s Glasuda original. What is that called? Hi, Jose. How you doing, man? Um, hey, Wim. What is that called? There's a name for it, and I don't remember what it is. What am I wearing? Oh, what do I have on? I've got on my see, it's got a long name. Vacheron Constantin Historiques Americain 1921. I just call it my 21. I can pronounce that. Okay, no, it's not Guy Lochet. It's not that. It's something else. There's a special name for it now. It's not fume either. It's something. They sort of have this. It looks almost like molten lava has gone down the front of it. But there's another name for it, and I think you can probably find it on the Glasuda site. But I noticed it. Thanks, Watch Lounge. Um, Bruce. Okay. All right. Yes. Trebuchet. That's right. Very good, Clyde. Thanks. That was the word I'm looking for. How do you pronounce it? Trebuchet, something like that. All right, Forbin, a crank telephone. Forbin. All right. Yeah, all right. Let's see, Hans. Do you own a GH? Yes, I do. Um, Let me see which ones I have. I have the one that won. I think it was in 2007 or 2000. It was 2005 men's watch, which was an FP Journe chronometre surveying, and then I also have the hovering tube, Felix. Both of those won Grand Prix awards. You know, there are some the problem, if you want to call it that, with most Grand Prix winners is they're so expensive. They're super expensive. There's one that won a number of years ago. I think it was back in 2011, perhaps, that I may get someday that's affordable. I saw one the other day, brand new, for like $2,500, and that was a one of the let me see, it was called Petit Aiguille Award, and so that one I've sort of always had my eye on for a long time. My problem is there's so many I want, I can't afford them all. Yeah, that's the way it goes. This is what I can afford right now. This is my $200 regulator from China. And that thing's been keeping perfect time and working great. All right, let's see who else you got. Okay, I have the Pelagos Tudor 3K and a winner. That's another good one. Harboring True Felix. Yep. Oh wait, that's actually medieval catapult. That's right. Oh, come on, you guys. Someone's got to look that up. That's what it says, a medieval catapult. And I thought that was the name they had for that effect that they have on it. Okay. Yeah, Harborings are really great. The original Tudor Black Bay Burgundy. Ooh, I like that one. Yeah, I like that one a lot. Um, he's gone. Who's gone? The Watch Lounge. Okay. Bill, you have FP Journe, same price of Patek. Why do you go for Patek now? I'm in the same situation. Why don't you go for Patek now? Oh my goodness! If I had a choice between having an FP Journe and a Patek Philippe, There's, I have a Calatrava, and I like my little Calatrava, but I love my FP Journe. The FP Journe, my God, it's just there's so many things to it. I mean, it's very close in a lot of respects to Abraham Breguet. This was really who FP Journe emulated. He wanted to be like Breguet, and he found the route to that through George Daniels' book. There's a book that George Daniels did on Breguet. It's about a $200 book, and if I weren't so cheap, I'd get it. But instead of getting the book, I get a cheap Chinese watch. $200. But that's why. Hey Tim, how's it doing? Let me see. LT Polaris Chrono is great. Just bought it as a daily wear. That is a good one, Tim. I like Polaris. The ones that I really like by Jacques Lecoultre is the True Seconds. That's a neat one. Okay, $200 or $200. You're right, and that's that. Okie doke. No, I know there's nothing wrong with them. Look, sometimes somebody was asking me the other day about a $350 tourbillon. And I've never had a hankering for a tourbillon. Hey, Luke, how's it going, man? I haven't had that. I mean, a lot of people just, they got to have a tourbillon, and that's cool. That's what they want. And they're, from what I understand, and I've seen some, and they're, you can look at a tourbillon, tourbillon, a lot and really enjoy it. But there's, you can pick one up for $350. That's how you want to do. That's the same thing with a regulator. A regulator is a certain kind of watch that's just I happen to like. Now, there are two really great tourbillons. One's the Patek Philippe, and the other one is, there are a lot more than two. The other one I like a lot is Laurent Perrier. I can't afford either one of them, so I don't kid myself about that. Plus, there are a whole bunch of other watches I want. So, you do what you can do. Oh, Sherry, how you doing? The best watch is the one you wear. Oh, kiddo. All right, Sherry. The one you wear a lot. I agree. I mean, something that becomes a case queen. It spends all of its time in the case. Well, what fun is that? I like to wear a lot of different watches. The other day, I tell you, it was like 9 o'clock. I realized I'd already worn 4 different watches because I like them all. All right, so let's sort of try to, if we could, just a little. What is your view of the Hans? I'm sorry, I'll get to you, Hans, on that one. It's a good question. I don't. Any decisions or thoughts about the spring drive? I mean, should the spring drive be part of a mechanical watch collection, or should you go just for the Grand Seikos or even Seikos that have mechanical? They have 2 mechanicals, I think, in Grand Seiko. One is the high beat. I don't care for high beats. The other one is the 3-day. I think there's a 3-day automatic that I do like. And then they have a wind-up one, and I forgot what exactly that one does. But to me, those are pretty standard mechanical watches, kind of work that people do to have that. Okay. Okay, Hans, asking about a sports watch. I haven't decided on a sports watch. I don't know. I don't do sports. The closest thing that I have to a sports watch, I have a Beauvais Monorock Capone that sort of looks sporty, I guess, but it's really not a sports watch. I know most people are the other way around. Abdul, I think that spring drive is a great idea, and the second seamless moving is also a plus, but consider it a beefed up mechanical movement. Would I go for a spring drive just to have one? That's an idea. There are there are a lot of collections. I mean, I've got from the old days. I have that still works. I have a quartz watch. You know, stick a battery in this old. I think it's a Rado. Yeah, that I have. But I mean, if if you're trying to get a better watch, it's hard to beat a quartz. It's even harder to beat a smartphone that's hooked into an atomic clock that's somewhere. And so it's like, to what extent are we really collecting? I mean, if we're watch collectors or watch from, whatever we do to look at them, is that are we looking at the craftsmanship that goes into the watch itself, or are we trying to get more and more accuracy? I don't think you can beat the accuracy of a quartz with a mechanical watch. Uh, and the spring drive is a type of quartz watch. It's a very smart, believe me, that thing is a really brilliant piece of engineering. No two ways about that. And that's to optimize the excuse me. That's to optimize the accuracy of it, and it's got great accuracy. But I don't know if that's really what I want in a watch. I mean, what I what I like is understanding it from the tension of a spring that pushes the uh, gear train down to the escapement to the pallet fork to the balance. I mean, and then the hairspring in the balance. Now, those are the elements, the basic elements of a basic mechanical watch. Um, the the cleaner the watch, the better I like it. Now, I was someone was going on, oh, they like a lot of complications. The complications are fine. I've got my monoretrapulse pulse with complication in it. But to me, the workmanship and the whole process of creating something is what is what I like. Okay, let's see. Hi, Britt. Best entry level hand winding watch. Britt, now I would say it would be the Harboring to Felix. That's a good question. What's the best entry level hand wind watches? Hamilton Tissot has a cheap hand winders. They do. I really like the Tissot. It was called the something that came out, I think, just last year, and it's got a 6498 in it, and that's a neat watch. And it's got this great big exhibition window on the back, and you can see it nice and clearly. And it's a great hand wound watch. There's one that I made, and it's got a great. It's essentially the same thing. And it's got an exhibition window in the back that I can see. Now I could put this together for about 150, $200 tops, and make it just the way I want to. But really, all I'm doing is taking parts that have already been built, a case, a movement, a dial, the hand, and putting them together like a Lego. You put them together, and that's sort of that's how come I refer to it as pretentious watchmaking. I think the watchy part that you do with it is that you trim the stem, and that's about it. Dave P. Website calls it the great effect on that glass hoodie. Thanks, Dave. I think that's it. But I should have known better. Okay, anything with a Unitas 90, 64, 98, or 97. Yeah, I agree with that. That those are great movements. Let's see, secondhand Speedmaster. Okay. Hey Blake, why harbor someone else's uh, sweat on your wrist? I can harbor my own sweat, huh? Um, that's a weird thing to say. It really is. But I mean, listen, every watch would be that way. Let's see, what else are you guys talking about here? Blake 7. I'm not sure about what is Blake 7. Um, okay, secondhand. You know, Wim, your point about a secondhand Speedmaster, especially a hand wound one, uh, that is, I think, a good watch is a good watch. And so if you have one that's secondhand, you can save a lot of money on because they don't hold their value. They don't hold their high price is really what they don't hold. Their value probably doesn't change a lot. And so if you have a good watch with the value that it holds is in the quality of the watch, not what the market says has for you. Oh, it's a British sci-fi show. Oh, okay. Thank you, Clive. Okay, can we talk about the JLC? I was talking to Ryan Schmidt. Yeah, I know Ryan about the JLC Master Geographic. Yeah, that's the one he owns. That's why he likes it a lot. Hans, I see a bad site. Oh, okay. Let's see. Sherry, I like my Christopher Ward and the HW SW210, which runs around +1 a day. That's pretty good, Sherry. I think I destroyed an SW210 in my first watchmaking class, but those are tough little suckers. The problem is when you take them apart, they go into the little parts sometimes go flying off into the black hole of watch parts. But I mean, they're nice. They're really well made. In fact, who was it? Fries, Otto Fry. Otto Fry thinks the 210 that replaced some ETA is actually better. So that was sort of interesting. Please go back to spring drive. Okay, let's go back to spring drive, guys. Hi, Randy. Um, let's, okay, everyone, well, half of them you want to talk about. Okay, okay, raise your hand, all right? If you like the spring drive, say yes. If you don't, say raise your other hand. Okay, we're getting, it's hard to tell. Because okay, is BC Heritage. I don't know if that's my Grail or not. Um, you know, I, my Grails change on a regular basis. Okay, hey Julius, from an engineering point of view, spring drive is very interesting, but really don't know how I feel about it. Mary, yeah, Julius, very well put. That's exactly, I feel the same way about it. I mean, like, here's this really interesting engineering feat. And I think they have a similar one that instead of a spring, it's the major electrical charge comes from solar. But that's exactly the issue. It's sort of like half in and half out. Pre-owned is the best way to buy watches, period. Okay. Just get it clean before you wear it. Only morons take 50 to 65% losses on new watches. That's not true. You take, if, you know, if you get a watch you really enjoy and you keep enjoying it, you don't lose anything. All right. That I think is more important. There's so much talk and there's been so much put into the resale value. People tend to ignore, what has a high resale value. That's all fluff. It's not really watchmaking that we should be paying attention to. The thing about secondhand or even new ones is when the price drops like a lead balloon. That's what's important. So you can get your mitts on one if it's a good watch. If it's not, it's never going to be a better watch because the price goes up. Hey, Patrick, what are you doing? You're saying hello to Clyde. Okay. Um, Truth Fears Guilty says, yuck. What are you talking about? Uh, Come on now, don't go gross. Hey, Decon, always buy new because you get a free coffee. Well, that's a good reason. I hadn't thought of that. Uh, okay, people don't look at retail retention on a car, so why on a watch unless you're a dealer? Yeah, yeah, Hans, very much the case. Okay, it's a depreciating asset in the first place. See, that's the whole thing. Is that I don't know. I spent a bundle on my two FP Jorns for to have them serviced. Once I got them, I had them for probably less than a year and decided what I wanted to do. I wanted to have a starting point. In other words, took them in. Not only did I have them serviced, I had them overhauled. And so, so I said, okay, so this is new for me at this point when they came back from service and my bank account took a dip. Uh, and so, and I've been enjoying them. One of them went through the roof price wise, but I don't care because I'm not planning on selling it. The other one only went up a very small amount. It only went up $5,000. So, I mean, and the other ones, I don't think they could, you can't go much lower than $200 on this, but this one's not for sale. And I really enjoy it. And the company that made them sold out and has to, they're not going to have more of them until December. Okay. Uh, Folks, don't forget to like the live stream. Oh, thank you, Bruce. Sherry, it gives you a reference point. Yes, exactly. It gives you a reference point. That's exactly right. So, I don't mind buying used. I've got, I have two deals in the works right now. One of them is for a used one. It's a very unusual used one. But then I found the same unusual watch for less money, brand new. So haven't got either one of them yet, but I'm working on it. Let's see. I just liked it. That's a good reason. Um, Hans, usage, time, enjoyment plus cost equal work. Yeah. Or as Truth Fears Yoli said, I just liked it. Either one will work. Uh, Augury nail. Okay, I don't know what that means. Hey, what an economist. I, I took an economics course that MIT had, and it's like before I understand why they call economics the dismal science. Um, the one thing that I do like about economics, the math is really easy, and so what I did, I just wrote programs for all of the formulas. It, to me, it only explains so much. So I don't really bother with that. What I bother with is, and what to me is more fun is the sort of the process of how something was made and the craftsmanship and some kind of skill beyond, somebody buying some new machine that makes watches. Okay, not saying you shouldn't enjoy it brand new, but to me it doesn't make any logical sense. I'd rather invest the difference in real estate. Oh my God. Okay, I got to tell you, here's a real estate story. Okay, this is how crazy things can go in real estate. Years ago, when I taught at the University of Florida, there was this guy who came in, and he had, I asked him about, well, when he got off work and stuff. He said, well, I don't have to work. And I said, oh, that's nice. I said, well, tell me about it. I said, well, my grandfather, back in the, God, it was in the 20s or 30s, a long time ago, they were selling all this real estate that was underwater. And his grandfather was from, I don't know, someplace like that didn't know any better and invested in it. And so he got this underwater land. Well, what happened years later, they drained the area that he had bought the land in, and it became the Miami golf course, and the thing was worth a fortune. The land was, so his kid he didn't have to work anymore because he had so much money from that. Now, as far as watches are concerned, I suppose you could pick up a watch somewhere, and suddenly everybody says, "Oh, well, that's an important watch to have," and want to give you a lot of money for it. But I think it's more important that is that you're gonna get it, enjoy it. Um, this watch is a very interesting one in this regard. It's got about, man, I think about a 40-hour charge, but this thing takes all day to wind. The 4400. Do any of you have a Vacheron Constantin with a 4400 movement hand wound? Hey, Robin C. Um, the reason I'm asking is that I've got a Beauvais that is a weekly. It's got a 7-day charge in it. It doesn't take me as long to wind as this thing that gets about 40 hours. And I don't know why. I have no idea why. It's sort of a mystery. Hey, Jamie. I don't buy a watch for an investment. I buy it to wear and enjoy. There you go, Sherry. You can't lose money that way. If you buy a watch you enjoy wearing, and you just enjoy the watch, how can it go down in value? I mean, you might get bored with it, but you know, the, uh, the this is why we need several watches. You get bored of one, you wear another one for a while. My Christian Vanderclaw is in Holland right now at Christian Vanderclaw, because what they want to do is that they said I had to wait until a full moon because they're putting it through some kind of process to make sure that the Christian Vanderclaw mechanism that does the moon phase is right, and so I have to wait for this test to be done to get my watch back. But then when I get it back, I go, hey, look at the moon. It's just like my watch. Okay, let's see. All right, let me see. In my opinion, watches above $100 are a luxury and unnecessary. Yeah, come on. Unnecessary. I've got to have certain watches. This was one I had to have. What do you mean that's not necessary? I enjoy all my watches. I just don't want to take losses on prices that cost 20K and up. I have better use for my money. Blake, you sound like a responsible person. You're looking at somebody who's not responsible. I don't care. If I really like a watch and I know about it and I found out about it and really like having it, I don't care. I really don't care if the price goes up or down. It, I may care if I want to trade it in, but okay, watches are like air and water, super necessary. There you go, Abdul. That's exactly right. Okay, Deacon, that's what poor people say. That's what poor people say. Listen, I enjoy the daylights out of my regulator, my $200 regulator, and as much as this $35,000 Vacheron Constantin. What does it matter? Now, if this got run over by a car, I could replace it a lot quicker than I could this one. But it's enjoying it. Okay, it's okay. I respect everyone's opinion. This is just my feeling on the matter. Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, it depends how you look at watches. One of the things that I really don't like to see is that we end up caught up not in what collectors want, but what manufacturers want us to do and want us to see and want us, well, you should do this and you should do that. Or bless their dark souls, dealers. They have, those are the kinds of things. Now, I suppose the worst thing in the world that would happen with dealers if some people suddenly said, I don't need more watches, I'm good. That would be a disaster. I'm just using my wife's Google account. Okay. All right. Walking around without a watch feels unnatural, like wearing pants on a live stream. Oh, brother. That's so funny. It's not a special watch if everyone is wearing it. Well, I don't know. You know, I understand that point. Um, but I don't know if I think a watch is special if you understand all of the of really what it means to you, why you got it. A lot of people have one, and if the answer is that, well, so and so told me to get it, you know, that's like Clyde made me do it. it. That's not a reason. That's an excuse. Okay, Robin, do the viewer a favor, Clyde. Wear pants. Oh God, I listen. That's a hard image not to unhear. So no more of that. Hi, Marcos. Uh, yeah, okay. Manual wine, Nomos Campus Club. Okay, now that's an interesting watch. The Campus Club, I think the hand wound, if I'm not mistaken, they have an alpha movement in it, and the alpha movement is based on a Pazoo 7001, which then became owned by ETA, and they call it the ETA 7001. But otherwise, it's basically the Pazoo. But what Nomos did is that they really made it their own. They made all of the parts and did everything and call it the Alpha. Uh, and but it's I don't think that they consider it their own design. But it's a great price, a neat watch. You know what's not to like. Also, too, that the Nomos Campus. One of the models is sort of an inverse California dial, which is really cool because you get the Arabic and the Roman numerals switch from what the standard, if there is such a thing, a standard California dial. Okay, an Alpha Movement, beautiful watch. I own one, really good watch. Yeah, they are. Watch curtain. Okay, just out of Lacutra Futurematic. I just saw one now and want one. Is that real expensive one, Forbin? The Futurematic? I saw one advertised. It's really something. The one I still like is it's a beautiful watch, and that's their True Second. And I think it's their geophysic model on that. Okay, let's see. Um, what else is going on? What do you think of JLC alarm watches? You know, like on the Polaris, I think the Polaris has some on that. Here's the problem. Caliber 3135. My hearing is shot. I got really bad hearing. I've had terrible hearing all my life, and so I even got this inexpensive a $35 Russian watch that's got an alarm in it. I can't hear it. I mean, I can feel it go zzz like that, but that's it. So I'm not the person to ask about alarm watches. I'm really not. Um, I have to play a guy named what's his name? Fillmore Willie or something loud rock and roll band for my it's Fillmore Slim. He's got this Brass Monkeys song, it's really loud, and you get a kick out of it. And that I can hear to this on my iPhone because when that thing rings and vibrates and does everything else it does to get my attention, I have to have that. So I'm, I'm just not. I just couldn't tell you very well about that. To me, watches are necessary from the past. The man would have a suit, a hat, and a timepiece. Yeah, Deacon, that's right. One of the things is watches are one of the few types of jewelry that men can wear. I mean, well, I guess a lot of guys now figure, well, you can have all the jewelry you want. I suppose they're right. but traditionally it's been the watch. I have a Smith's PRS 35 with a small seconds, and it has a Pazu 7040 movement. It keeps awesome time. I think, Sherry, I think the 7040 um, is the same as the 7001, or what they came to call 7001. I was reading about that the other day. I could be wrong, but if it really works well and it's nice and thin, it probably is the same thing. My dad told me a man needs good shoes, a good watch, and a good pin. I agree with your dad. Um, F42 has a vibrating alarm as well as other features. Yeah. You got to start with them. Be careful when the vibrator goes off. Let's see. AK New Smith 36 millimeter Explorer 1006. I don't know. I lose my pin, so no good pin for me. I have a good pin. I've had it for a while. I lose pins I don't lose them. I break them. I break stuff. I don't know why. But this is my Waterman, so I have a good pin. Got lots of good watches, and I got good shoes. So I'm all set. All I need. Clyde's in the same boat as I am, except for the pants. That's one thing you need. Okay, best watch for a rubber. Not sure. Mont Blanc, Han. Mont Blanc pen or watch. There's this Mont Blanc award-winning Mont Blanc watch that I want. Mont Blanc is expensive pen. Um, I of the pens I like, there's not a lot of Mont Blancs that I like. There is one series that was sort of in the Agatha Christie series of pens, and it's got a snake for the whatever this thing is called here, and that's sort of cool, like it's spooky and a mystery and stuff. Okay, listen, guys, we almost got to our subject. We got to it a little. Where can I find? Okay, one last thing. Where can I find a 3840 millimeter case for a Pazu 7001? That was when I had my El Raw, they had some phony baloney caliber name for it, but it was a Pazu 7001. And that thing was like a 40 millimeter case. It was solid gold though, so it cost an arm and a leg. What you need, it shouldn't be too hard. Let me show you right here. Here's a watch movement, and when you get a watch movement, they got these really long stems on it, and so you can put this into a larger case, and then just trim the stems down so it fits. So if you have a Pazu 7001, just get one with a long stem, or you can get a replacement stem, and then you can have that in a big case. But you always try to get it to fit the best. There is nothing real in real estate anymore. That's true. I like the one with the Minerva movement. That is a good one. Yeah, Wim. I like that too. Okay, guys. Oh, Pelican pins. Those are the ones I like. Parker 51s are good too. I like a lot of pins, so I better go. Thank you all for coming. And tomorrow I think you're really going to like the review. This guy has got some of the coolest watches, and it's a wide variety of watches. That's what I like about it. And there's some really cool surprises in this. Name is Geary. It sounds like Gary, but it's Geary. And his collection is very, very cool. Hope to see you then. Take care and good watching.